My arms are sore from all the hauling and lifting I've done, and I'm probably going to smell like garbage for a week. It's time for the bathhouse episode. If
yeah, already? That was quick. Hello.
Hi.
And welcome back.
We weren't being weird.
We're not talking about Zion's nether regions.
Never.
We weren't.
You made it worse.
I'm sorry. I'm Eric.
I'm Travis.
And this is part 3 of episode 2. That's confusing.
Speaking of confusing.
Puberty would be more forgiving. Puberty is confusing.
Yeah. Yellowstone comes back around for the last mug. Done with your coffee? It's cool if you aren't, but if you are, then can I nab it? I mean, as long as I'm not rushing you to choke it down. But if it's cool beans, then...
No, there's only one. You gotta wait till another one is dirty.
Right? Go ahead. It's cold now. That was quick. But you can drink whatever's left in the cup.
How long have you been sitting there?
Yellowstone bounces nervously. The kind of shaking I get when I go a day without coffee. It's like her personality has been flipped on its head. Everything's gonna dump out. She still has boundless energy, and now it's all neurotic and buzzed up. I hand the cup off to Yellowstone. She brings the mug to her lips, tilting it back.
Stop drinking out of the same cup! For God's sake!
Yosemite dives across the table. She slams down in front of me. Her hand stops just short of the mug. Yellowstone jumps, stirred by the crack of Yosemite flopping on the table. The mug falls and shatters.
Oh, good job. Didn't you want Yellowstone to not shatter the cups?
There's going to be glass everywhere. Pup's ears rise to attention.
There's
a quick sliver of silence as we stare at the broken pieces of ceramic.
Go get a dustpan, Yellowstone. This is all your fault.
You did it. Static crackles over the radio. The familiar chirp of Jessie's voice is bright enough for me to want to draw the curtains on it.
Up and at 'em, Ranger! The forest doesn't sleep, and neither do we!
I mean, all three of these girls slept. She drones on, but all of our attention is turned to Yellowstone. Her eyes drawn down. Puffs of smoke blot out of the air above her, rising from her head like a stack of exhaust. Her fists clenched together. I hear them crack.
She's gonna explode.
Her arms tense until they shake.
Immersive.
Thanks. I'll get it later. A stiff whisper. Sorry, I didn't whisper. Quiet enough for me to be unsure if I even heard it right.
Oh, she's gonna stand up for herself.
Yellowstone zaps out of sight. Gust of wind twirls around us, tossing loose papers from the table. Then there's just empty space.
Oh, shit. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Potential disciplinary action-y, Eve.
That doesn't work.
I ruined it by saying the actual thing.
Yeah, but it, action-y does not replace bacon. Okay, whatever. Zion looks up to Yosemite.
She sucks at it.
Concern swimming in her eyes.
What's wrong with Yellowstone? She's not acting like herself. I mean, she's not even here.
Yeah, let's talk shit on her while she's gone. God, girls, come on.
Her head is weird. She's fine. Don't be pulled in by the theatrics. She's just being a brat.
Yosemite goes back to reading, occasionally grumbling.
Stupid bitch.
Zion looks to me, but the best I can offer is a shrug. Don't ask me what's normal around here. I stand up and stride over to the radio, picking up in the middle of one of Jessie's threats masked by good cheer.
This pretty light-up pen on my desk is ready to write up if you don't answer by the count of 5. 1, Mississippi. 2...
This is Ranger Adams.
I should have counted Mississippi.
And you can't fire me. I already have a letter of resignation. Over.
My shredder is more than ready for that.
You're supposed to say over.
Over.
What do you want, Jessie? I'm trying to enjoy the peace before throwing myself at the mercy of the general public.
I just thought you might want to hear from your favorite supervisor. Over.
Funny. You had the same thought yesterday, and the day before that.
Just making sure you aren't boarded up in that cabin, hiding your pretty face from the rest of the world.
So thirsty. She hides the next bit under a cough.
To let you know you're on trash duty.
Like hell. I'm on patrol this week, not sweeping up cigarette butts.
I'm on patrol. Don't be such a diva. You're just taking the trash out of bins that are already filled up. Hardly community service.
What happened to the usual guy? Simmons or something?
I killed him. Dead mother-in-law, he says. I don't know. 5th one this year by my count.
Maybe someone should look into that. Tragic. We both sigh. Hers sounds like wind coming through the speaker. Get a pop filter. Every trash can in the meadows, I'm guessing. There has to be an easier way to do this. Don't the Grand Teton guys have a sensor in all their cans? Something that pops up on their tablets when everything's full?
I have a sensor in my cans. Costs quite a bit. I hear it rains. I have ESPN when I feel my boobs. I feel it rains manna in Grand Teton too. But that doesn't stop our year-round fire season down here, and that eats up most of our budget. Sorry, sweetie, but you'll have to do this on the old-fashioned way. Elbow grease and all. The pokey stick with the thing on the end.
It's not elbow grease. I'm going to be covered in once I'm finished.
But you will be filled with pride and a job well done. Da, 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 da.
A sense of pride and accomplishment.
Just remember to lather and rinse with cold water.
I release the comm button, making sure my groan doesn't travel through the radio waves and give her another reason to scald me. But her voice drops to pitiable sympathy, almost as if she could hear me anyway.
I heard you press that button. Do this for me and I'll bring you some new snacks the next time we catch up. I have teriyaki jerky, your favorite.
That's not new then. Her voice glides along in a melody, like bribery is a surefire way to my heart. And I mean, yeah, it is, but she could be less obvious about it.
But damn, do I like teriyaki jerky.
Make it 2 bags and it's a 10-4.
You've got yourself a deal, Ranger. Have fun! Over and out.
Yep. I set the mic aside, not bothering to put it back on its hook. With a sigh, I grab my travel mug and pour the rest of the coffee from the percolator. Coffee machine. Just say coffee machine.
I was going to say, they really like the word percolator.
Yeah. Well, girls, duty calls.
Clean up duty, from what I heard.
Don't listen to my phone
Sucks
calls.
to be you.
If you find a way to spin this to prove another point, I'm quitting.
You're going to be cleaning out my armpits today. Oh no, I'll leave it as it is. Just finding some worldly irony in it is all.
I know just the place where you can shove your worldly irony.
In my hat.
I snatch my hat off the rack and open the door to the bright morning, letting some of the chill in. Zion calls out as I step onto the porch.
It's going to take her a bit, though.
But what about Yellowstone? We can't just ignore her.
She looks to me, then Yosemite, anxious for words of comfort.
Good point, Eve.
Oh,
Good point. Eve, if you see Yellowstone, make sure to remind her to do laundry.
Jeez, she's the worst. Oof.
she sucks.
I grunt as I struggle to lift what must be the 100th bag of garbage from its bear-proof receptacle. My arms lost all feeling roughly 50 bags ago.
You're going to get attacked by a bear.
Heaving the bag up and into the bed of the pickup truck I've been given, I spot a split near the seam.
Make sure you draw a bear-resistant circle.
Like, bears can smell period blood. Oh no, 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 no. I shove the bag upwards just as it starts to tear, managing to avoid most but not all the trash juice that spills out. Some of it splashes onto my gloves, staining them at a repugnant puce color. God knows what's in it. Cigarette butts, energy drinks, whatever other chemicals people feel the need to imbibe themselves with. At least with coffee, you know exactly how you're poisoning yourself.
Yeah, who has energy drinks? Ever.
Right. I mean, I know what I'm poisoning myself with an energy drink.
I'm currently drinking one.
Yeah. I'm always drinking one. Once the bag crosses that threshold into the bed of the truck, though, it reaches the fabled not my problem zone. I'm sure Simmons will eventually be tasked with throwing it all out. Whatever they pay that man is not enough.
I live in that zone at work.
Whatever they pay me isn't enough. I fluff up one of the empty industrial-sized bags and replace the one I just removed before fitting the lid back on top. Only another 1,000,000 trash cans to go.
It's a lot of trash cans.
There's going to be a lot of me.
Yeah.
All the other
Get
people
your
are gone.
Your own Hassau paragraphs.
Yeah. I climb back into the cab and head off down the road. The truck is older than I am. With a busted radio and a tape deck that might work, I wouldn't know, because who has tapes anymore? Because I can't think of anyone who still uses cassettes. Why didn't I just read that?
Right.
Didn't we all decide to switch to CDs a couple years ago?
Yeah, but the truck is older than you are.
Yeah. CDs, this must be late 90s, early 2000s. Everyone uses MP3 players now.
That's true. Did it say a year? I don't remember
Nah,
at
I
the
don't
beginning.
think it did. The occasional car passes by, more of them going in the opposite direction of me. Good. That's one less person to deal with. I emptied the next trash. Yeah, the
She's
next
just
trash
like me
can.
at work.
Yeah, she's just like me in every
Yeah,
situation.
thank God I don't have to interact with this person.
This one goes better, and I managed not to spill anything on myself. At this rate, I'll probably be done by lunchtime.
Oh, good.
I hadn't even been driving for 2 minutes before I spot a glimmer of green plastic nudged against a bush. Sighing, I pull over. Couldn't wait until the trash can, huh? Just had to ditch it right now.
I mean, it's 2 inches from the trash can. That pisses me off more than if it were in the middle of the forest.
Honestly, it's not emptying the trash that bugs me, it's the inherent laziness that people seem to have built into them. Sure, they might initially feel attention guilt, but they'll never think about that piece of trash again. They'll never think about how many years it'll take for that plastic to decompose, or the bird that'll choke on it. No, people will continue to live their lives, content to watch their nature documentaries while occasionally crying when a polar bear drowns.
Aww.
That's their good deed for the year. After all, there's nothing they can do about it. They're just one person, right? Yeah, it's laziness, alright, and laziness is harmless until you realize it's just another form of selfishness.
God, she's gonna punch someone else.
Right? Without bothering to put on gloves, I slam the offending bottle into the back with the rest of its brethren before resuming my journey. I can only pray that it eventually gets recycled.
These people just return to camp and she's just like kicking their tents down
Yeah.
and ripping their shit
Throwing
apart.
it all away. I'd like to see Yosemite's justification for something like this. It's not my job to teach people why they shouldn't litter, because I'm not a third-grade science teacher or a bear in a ranger hat.
Is she giving Yosemite a sponge bath right now?
Oh, wait, I guess... What? Oh, yeah.
I feel much better. Thank you, Eve.
I just made a Smokey Bear reference, but I guess I shouldn't have made a Smokey Bear reference. I should have made the Hootie the Owl reference.
Yeah.
Smokey Bear doesn't care about litter. He cares about fires,
I mean, he probably does.
I guess.
But, yeah. I don't know.
Hootie. It's Hootie the Owl.
Hootie and the blowfish.
Yeah. They're back, by the way.
Are they?
They're in the studio recording again.
Cool, let's go.
Not cool. Who cares? Why'd I even bring it
Then
up?
why'd you bring it up? Jeez.
I don't know. I just heard it on the radio. Whatever. Random. It's apathy, plain and simple, and you can't educate apathy away. Every now and then, there's the occasional camper who means well and just needs a push in the right direction. But for every one of those campers, there's 10 more waiting in line for that nature documentary. Ironically enough, Yosemite misses the forest for the trees. Does she know just how many people lose their footing and fall off cliffs in these parks? If they can't even take care of themselves, then how could anyone expect them to take care of the land? Just ahead, I see an aluminum can lying lonesome in some underbrush. I pull over and dig it out. Shocker, it's an empty can of beer. The coloring is faded by the sun, meaning it's been out here for a while. Toss it into the back.
Having fun over there?
Yeah, I'm running out of air here. Not even a good brand.
God.
I take a sip.
Yeah. Cheap assholes. Natty Light.
Ugh, God. Brings back terrible memories. By noon, I'm just about done. There's still a handful of trash cans left to deal with, and then I'm free. My arms are sore from all the hauling and lifting I've done, and I'm probably going to smell like garbage for a week. It's time for the bathhouse episode. If nothing else,
Already? That was quick.
if nothing else, at least it's quiet. I lean back and stretch, soaking in the sun as it warms my face.
The sun is also a personification of a girl.
There's going to be a bear. Something rustles in the bushes behind me. Before I can turn around, my vision goes black as someone covers my face with their hands.
Oh God, it's Misha.
It's a bear! Guess who?
a bear.
At least there isn't any time to be concerned. Yellowstone. Oh, shucks. Was it that obvious?
How come the people that always do that are the only ones that make it obvious?
Yeah.
They're always like super like peppy and excited
Right.
about it.
Well, I mean, it's obvious when I use that voice, so...
I guess. You're
You're lucky you have a distinctive voice, or else you'd be unconscious right now. Heavy breeze rushes around us. Even though the jig is up, she doesn't take her hands away. You're such a grump, Eve. Don't you ever lighten up a little?
Joke's on you, I'm barely conscious right now. I smoked a blunt with a dragon in the forest.
I just downed this big faded can of beer.
I've been throwing shit all over.
Firstly, no. Secondly, I'm pretty sure someone coming up out of nowhere and latching onto my face is a good reason to be annoyed.
She's still holding onto your face.
Yeah. But we're friends. To emphasize, she squeezes me a little tighter. At the same time, the breeziness intensifies, like she's holding me in a wind tunnel. An electrical hum buzzes around us.
Oh. Just hold still.
We're good friends. The truck, maybe, or nearby power line. Don't push it. Are you going to let go or not? Oh, right. Ta-da!
You're hurting my eyes.
Yeah. She finally lifts her hands, and I turn around to face her. Seriously, though, don't do that again. I meant it when I said if I hadn't heard it was you, I'd have knocked you out. Wouldn't be the first time.
My head's made of stone, honey.
And besides that, I stopped short, staring past Yellowstone's repentant-looking face, only to realize something. I have no idea where we are. The truck is gone. She teleported you
God
again.
damn it.
Quit doing that! The familiar trees and bushes have been replaced by different trees and bushes.
Wow.
Beside that, isn't it besides? Don't you put an S there?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. Besides that, where the hell are we?
I don't know, but we'll find out next time. Oh.
Sorry. You gave me no signal. I didn't know we were close to
Sorry,
done.
I don't. I just stop it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're going home next time, I guess.
They didn't find out. I went back.
Well, okay,
They-
unhear what I just said, and we'll go somewhere.
We're home!
Yeah! That was a bad ending.